quick, drop a like in this video in the next 5 seconds if you want to receive the free Season 3 Battle Pass gift off Epic Games. Do you want a free gift or cosmetic from the item shop?
Yes.
Well, you're in luck as I'm now gifting you our old subscribers every day, so make sure to hit the big red button and also let me know in the comments your Epic Games ID so I can send you your free gift. And if you subscribe right now, you potentially could be our 1.6 millionth subscriber. Also, don't forget to use code FriendlyMachine in the item shop if you buy anything or gift anybody else, and let me know in the comments down below if you have done this so I can heart it to show my appreciation for supporting the channel. The Travis Scott Astronomical Concert was one of the best, if not the biggest live experiences us Fortnite players have ever witnessed, obviously being the first live event to reoccur at least 5 times anyways, gathering a total audience of 45.8 million across the 5 events in total. With this being the biggest concert in the history of the world anyways, now that this is over in Fortnite, we're now moving on to the next thing. Obviously, as we progress more so toward the end of the season, we have another live event that's yet to unfold, actually being the 4th one, which is codenamed Doomsday in the files. And obviously this will then make sense of all the map changes, all the storyline developments leading into Season 3, and perhaps set the ground for a storyline and some pinnacle characters in this second chapter. In today's video, if it wasn't already obvious, we're going to be going over all the details we know about Season 3 thus far, whether it be Battle Pass related, skins, obviously the theme affected by all of these map changes that will be occurring, and what will be happening to our map if not both maps, should I say, considering, well, as of recently, if you didn't know, we've not only seen the old map added back into the files from Season X, but in the Travis Scott live event, there was tons of references to prior live events, but most importantly, we flew over our Chapter 1 Season 1 map. Were Epic Games trying to foreshadow something here in a non-storyline related event so that we wouldn't speculate? Well, you're going to find out everything in this video, so make sure you're sticking around and watching the full thing today, and without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So one of the first things I thought we would cover is a feud that's obviously going to develop or sustain from what we've seen actually restart in Chapter 2 Season 2 between two teams that were once called Alter and Ego but now are Ghost and Shadow. Obviously the logos have remained the same, Alter and Ego just basically switching the name to Ghost and Shadow, so this may happen again in Chapter 2 Season 3, maybe perhaps with 2 different named teams keeping the same logo, or Ghost and Shadow may play a more important role, and Epic Games may have made their mind up about where they want to take the storyline and what characters they want to involve the most, until obviously the end of this full chapter being Chapter 2 Season X. At this point right now it's kind of hard to tell, considering obviously our secret skin that kickstarted the storyline or was largely involved in Chapter 1 was the Visitor who launched the rocket initially, starting the storyline, or Fortnite as we know in storyline terms, with the first ever rocket launch live event. The same cannot be said or compared to the Visitor as what we're seeing now for the secret skin that we can currently earn being Deadpool in Chapter 2 Season 2, nor the Serana skin that we could earn in Chapter 2 Season 1. Also, speaking of Deadpool, over the past 7 days, it's kinda died the hype behind him, considering we're not seeing any more challenge sets related or based around him, with another free reward to earn for completing 2 very easy tasks displayed on his computer. Also, with this skin being a collaboration or integration from the Marvel universe, again, it's really unlikely that we're going to be seeing him largely involved in the storyline, if at all, as this has never really happened before. Who knows, there's a first for everything, considering, you know, we've seen literally 3 promotional live events already, the first one being for the Punk'd show, and then this other one that I don't even know the name of, considering I was that disinterested, but then obviously, as previously mentioned or shown, or you'll know because it's been across social media this entire last few days, if not week, the Travis Scott concert. Now, despite at least one of these, obviously the concert being worthwhile in terms of an ad or collaboration that Epic Games will have financially benefited off, we are now finally entering the stages or development, basically hyping up our 4th live event this season, that's right, but it's going to be the main event, as previously mentioned in the files, called codenamed Doomsday. As of now, we do not know much about this event, apart from the fact that there's speculation going around that the agency is where it's going to be built, and obviously this Battle Pass room, considering Deadpool's room or agent lair is flooded, is directly beneath this statue where there seems to be a pool at the agency, and also a statue on of Midas holding up the Ghost logo. Also, speaking of Midas, we know he's kind of gone rogue and will be activating this device as it's literally being built in his lair, that we're going to be taking a closer look at in just a second, because of the fact he's literally taking the faces or masks of his foes and turning them into gold as kind of like medals or trophies to hang on his wall. In case you haven't noticed, in the background of Midas's room, once this intro cutscene has played, perhaps from visiting here the first time, the Doomsday device can be seen, and we know this is directly linked to this Doomsday or live event that we're going to be seeing linked to our storyline because of the game's coding and what these assets, as you can see on screen right now, also including these underwater vaults outside the agency, actually linked to. Thanks to data miners such as Hypex, we've been able to get a free view not only of the Midas room itself and the table and other structures up close and personal that we couldn't see typically before in our normal overview form, but the Doomsday device room that currently isn't able to be entered, and it's not even confirmed if we'll actually get to enter this room to see any developments over the course of the days leading up to the event, as this device obviously begins to be activated or in preparation of it. But speaking of this preparation, we know it's going to go down, and obviously this links in with the exterior workings of not only these Battle Pass agent rooms but the overall Battle Pass HQ, as we can see huge power pipes actually supplying energy to it. As briefly referred to, these underwater vaults with the codename Doomsday attached to their file or coding at the agency or surrounding it under the water that obviously separates this island from the rest of the land. We have some recent small developments that I'm sure a lot of you guys will be aware of, being the fact upon entering these in replay mode, obviously from going through the structure that you can't normally do in game when playing, you will now see a purple light, and people speculated this was something to do with Kevin the Cube or some form of energy actually being harnessed from what's underneath the agency, also perhaps implying too that the Doomsday device in this Battle Pass HQ is underneath here as well. It's unknown what purpose these will serve as of now, but I'm guessing they're all going to emit some form of light beams actually meeting a certain point, and that being the Doomsday device perhaps attached to the roof of the agency to then give it that final bit of power that's perhaps needed to propel this live event into action. Also, just to slow the pace down for just a second, considering we've covered a lot of in-depth leaks and things to do with what's going to be going on toward the end of this season in terms of the development of the live event and what's going to be involved, specifically this Doomsday device, we haven't took the time to actually reflect on the name or coding what represents this live event as a whole being Doomsday. Now obviously, this at first glance is only a placeholder for what the live event will be referred to as. It may very well be called Doomsday exactly, or may be changed, and this may just be the placeholder name, but Doomsday in itself, either way from looking at it, obviously gives us an insight as to what the event is going to entail, and it doesn't look very promising for our Fortnite island currently that we're on in Chapter 2. Even prior to the Travis Scott live event, many players speculated that we would be transported simply because of this codename of the live event back to our prior island, or at least one of its versions, perhaps even before Season X, where the 0 point was destabilized because of the robot punching the vault, opening it to then slay the Polar Peak monster. After all, this was the main event that triggered the end that needed to occur because the 0 point needed to be contained after destabilizing and obviously blowing up at the start of Season X. And recent leaks have surfaced obviously showing this more so recent map of Season 9, and considering how much the community actually miss our old map overall and how many people would prefer to even roam this realm that we've obviously had for literally years now rather so than this new one, it's looking likely with the correlation we've already made that we could be seeing in some way, shape or form the appearance, or should I say reappearance, of our old Fortnite island, whether it's actually something we get to choose to play on separately from Chapter 2, or simply if it's something like a separate entity added, almost like a museum of the past, so we can explore all these seasonal islands of Chapter 1 in something like creative mode. Now with all the storyline and map change sort of stuff out the way, we can move on to the Battle Pass and what's going to be included throughout it. So here on screen right now, I'm not going to read them all out, are all the things, or typically the amounts of things anyways, we see obtainable in each Battle Pass, containing a total of 100 levels now. I highly doubt this level mark will be raised in terms of the visible rewards we can actually earn anyways, considering we obviously have secret rewards for surpassing even the likes of level 300 in Chapter 2 Season 2, being the Golden Agent Peely Enlightened form. It's unknown as of now if we're going to be seeing a free Battle Pass earnable in this season's overtime challenges, and we're nearly there now in overtime anyways, or extension of the season, considering it was set to end on April 30th, So make sure to keep your eyes peeled if this is officially announced by Epic Games, because if it's going to happen in any other season other than the one it previously happened in, being Season 7, allowing us to earn a free Season 8 Battle Pass, it's now when the world is obviously at home and is more attentive to playing games, because of the fact Epic Games will look like very good Samaritans for rewarding perhaps families who are running low on money free things to enjoy the time passing by of where we can't perhaps leave the house. If this isn't the case or a thing, then don't worry, because here's a method on how you can earn every battle pass for free. So basically every battle pass that rolls around in Fortnite, we have the eligibility to earn up to 1500 V-Bucks, 1500 in other terms if you didn't understand that, and the battle pass only costs 950 V-Bucks. So if you buy the battle pass or are gifted it, and then level up all the way to level 100, earning these 1500 total V-Bucks, save them for the next season, and do the same thing again over and over again, you will not only have enough every season to buy the next battle pass, and this be free if you've perhaps been gifted it or have done this a long time ago, so you've forgotten about the money spent being a small amount. It will also over time add up, and obviously if you do this for many seasons with 550 V-Bucks left over each time, you will be able to purchase perhaps some item shop cosmetics, but I'd save them V-Bucks for them skins that you desire the very most out of all the ones in the game currently. Despite us seeing these cosmetics on screen in every battle pass now, whether this amount or not, we usually see innovated a new type of cosmetic, whether it's a new section overall, such as wraps in Season 7, or whether it's a certain type of new emote performed by 2 people only, like we saw in Chapter 2 Season 1. In the files for quite some time now, we've seen a new cosmetic category that hasn't been added, being charms, applicable to our characters, weapons, and also back blings. Will Epic Games add this alongside everything else they're going to innovate into this new season, Season 3 of our second chapter? I guess we're yet to know, but that's all I've got to cover for you guys in today's video, as this is all the information we know so far. So if you enjoyed this video or want to get it out there to more people to learn everything we currently know, slap a like in the video down below, and make sure to hit the big red subscribe button, turn on all notifications, so then you don't miss out on any new Season 3 leaks or information that's revealed. Hopefully I can also recognise you guys from remaining active in the comment section of my future videos to come, and I'm out. So have an amazing rest of your day or night wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Have a good one, take it easy, stay safe, and peace.